Art Briles' team trying to, for the first time in program history, get a win in Norman. Trying to, for the first time since 1991, win a top 25 road game. They begin the second half out of an empty set. Oklahoma shows pressure and brings it, as Petty's done much of the afternoon. Quickly gets it outside to Corey Coleman, who's got his 9th catch of the day.
Well, Joe, and Oklahoma starts right where they left off in the first half, bringing pressure and leaving those DBs out on an island against their very talented wide receivers for Baylor.
Second down and 4. Play action. Jay Lee, his second catch, and again taking advantage of the cushion that's provided by Julian Wilson.
Look, Joe, these are all setup plays. I mean, when you give such an easy throwing lane for Bryce Petty out to his wide receivers, he's going to take it. He's going to take 5 yards, take 6 yards. But what it does is it puts the defense in a mentality of, I'm going to have to come up and make that tackle. That's when Baylor runs by you for the big play down the field.
And zeroed up here. Nobody over the top, but again cushion, and again Lee. 5 yards, and Baylor will do that all the way down the field if you let him.
If you're going to give it to me, I'm going to take it. I mean, there's nothing special about that. The DB standing 8 yards off, I'm going to run a 5-yard route, and by the time I turn my head around, the ball's going to be there.
Same look from Oklahoma.
Joe, they keep giving this look. Don't be surprised to see the Oklahoma defense bail out into those lanes that he's trying to throw.
Coleman in space. Pushed out of bounds by Ahmad Thomas, who's got 9 tackles, tied for the team lead. 3rd down and short.
Well, here you go, 3rd down. Coach Mike Stoops told us yesterday our 3rd down production has not been where we want it to be. This is the time that it needs to come up big. Get Baylor off the field. You're down 2 scores. You got to have the ball back in your hands. Baylor
was 4 for 10 on 3rd down during the first half. Opening drive of the second half, and a 3rd down and 3. Petty's first look was taken away, but then Coleman comes free for a 1st down on his 10th catch of the day to the 41.
Joe, that Oklahoma bailed out right into the throwing lanes. Look, you're going to see him go out. He's been throwing hitches and slants. They're just taking off on a dead sprint, and what Bryce Petty does is he waits for his receiver to get to the second window, get beyond the defender of Oklahoma, finds a nice space in the zone, and delivers the ball. Good job of recognizing what Oklahoma did to counter that.
Oklahoma again bringing pressure against empty, and they beat it with a slant. This time Antoine Goodley for 13 yards. And at some point, you've got to make an adjustment if you're Oklahoma.
The problem is, you're not getting home. You're bringing the pressure, but Bryce Petty is getting the ball out of his hands so quickly that the pressure doesn't do anything. Pressure is meant to disrupt a quarterback, but if you can't get into his face in time, it's really a moot point.
Here's the adjustment. They bring only 3. It's still Coleman slipping his way for 4 or 5, and Petty's begun this second half 7 of 7.
Completion percentage issues, right?
Not right now.
Look, this young man, Bryce Petty, has gone through a lot this season. The pressure that he put on himself, trying to match the season statistically that he had last year, it's impossible. I love the way he's ground through, he's worked hard, and now he's in a position to put his team, his Baylor team, has a chance to win this Big 12 championship with a big win today.
And boy, is he in rhythm or what right now. Jay Lee's 3rd catch of this drive, and Bob Stoops hot right now. Our spotter, Paul Davis, old high school football coach, just handed me a note that said, this looks like 7 on 7. Passing league in practice. Why not? Big cushion again. And Lee sets up 1st down and goal as the Bluebirds rain down on the cushion that Oklahoma's given Baylor outside.
Well, Joe, at some point you're going to have to get up in the face of these wide receivers. You cannot allow Baylor to simply take 5 and 6 yards at a time. Yes, you risk the wide receivers running by you, but that's a risk you have to take at this time.
Coleman lined up in the backfield and takes it up the middle. What a drive for the nation's top offense. Taking what Oklahoma gives them and taking a 3-score lead to begin the second half.
Joe, you hear the cliche, well, we just took what the defense gave us. You hear it every weekend in football. This is the perfect example. You give them 6 yards, I take 6 yards. You give them 7 yards, I take 7 yards. Now you put the defense on their heels, they're reeling. You put the the receiver back in the backfield as a running back. You've created so much space that he simply walks into the end zone.
6-time Corey Coleman has carried the ball this season. They had to have him carry the ball several times recently with their normal running backs banged up. That is a statement drive from the Bears, doing whatever they wanted. Petty perfect on the drive. Then they line Coleman up in the backfield and hand it to him. It's 31-14. Bears in front.